Hello guys, this is Mariusz Monczak and tips for violin playing, how to improve your violin playing and how to understand more how this machine, toy, instrument from hell, instrument from heaven, beautiful sounds and sometimes ugly, painful experiences and joyful experiences, how to make it happen that you can actually have more joyful experiences and you can be drawn into it. So now I will talk about etude number 6 because we spent some time on etude number 5. And number 6, I have found out that it's the best way actually to work on marcato, but closer to the frog. So Kreutzer 6, and this marcato here. So here, when we are close to the frog, this is like a the position of the hand, triangle position. So this is a triangle that Gellerman talks about this a lot. So this is extremely important position. I talk about important, but that's what it is. Unimportant things I don't try not to say, not to talk about it. But here, we need to feel the weight of the hand, but also not too much because then it's too much. That's what play the beginners, they press too much, but has to be like enough, not too much, not too little. It's just in the middle. This golden rule, finding the right amount of pressure, speed of the bow, and really judge with your ears. So here we have a so you see what I'm trying here. It's about marcato, because the other number 5 we were doing this here. Here we have it's number 6. It's close to the frog. So really feel the string. Don't press too much, but also not too late, because we know. But the beginning of the sound is important. The beginning, and let it go. So it's one and the release of tension. Gravitation, release of tension, and now in here in this etude we can also talk about the inertia. So here we can do it like 3 notes in one movement. Of course we're doing those movements, but so 1 2 3 1 2 3. So here's also what is important, not only right hand but also left hand. In the previous video I was talking about the left hand, position of the left hand, but here we have also a possibility to put the fingers on 2 strings, kind of you're playing one note but you're already anticipating what's gonna happen. You see, I'm playing G and I'm already playing also E. Playing, kind of preparing it. Then I play C, but I put on finger on 2 strings. Then, and again I put E, but already the C is ready to play. And then I play, and already G is already there. And you see this jump of the one note, and then this is something kind of a master. You need to master this, because very often we have something like one. You play on the one string and then you play on the other one. So the thing is not to have a break between those 2 notes. Not like, but it's like one movement, and I talk about this about the round, like round movements on the violin. Everything's kind of in a sphere. You know, you're doing things in a sphere. So here's like a movement of the you're doing one. Why not stopping? Because the energy stops the energy. When you stop the energy like in one movement, but you're playing this and you're preparing another one. So, you know, on a certain level of playing, you need to kind of anticipate what's gonna happen and not like wait at the moment. It's kind of okay. It's now. You know, we have to play this note now. No, you're kind of anticipating it with your with the preparation, and so you're playing here, and then. And Kreutzer actually has the whole etude. That's etude number 7 that we're going to talk about. Very, very nice etude. But here is one of the first time we see this, number 6 etude, this big jump from C. And I think the way he wrote this, like CC, is just to also work on the the intonation, because and remember, C is it's a sound that should be played a little bit lower than the other sounds. It's something in C that needs to be played a bit lower. That's what my teacher Stanislav Heiser was like telling us. You need to play C lower, C lower. So much lower than, let's say, on the piano. Like, don't tune into the piano when you play violin. That's a no-no. So when you play here, so you see, I can also like play by 3, but I can also play at 6, like this inertia on 6 notes. So in a way, it's more kind of compact and natural, like to play this inertia in 3, and then maybe like a big inertia on 6, but the little one in 3. So the inertia is, and the gravity and this releasing of tension has to go with music. You cannot say exactly where to release your tension in a passage or in a melody, but you need to know, like, it has to go with the music, where the music goes. Here, this is not, let's say, a piece of music you're gonna play in front of people. It's like a preparational study, right? But it has also some musical harmonic tension in it, and you need to understand that from the beginning. So you see, this is the first chord. It's so simple. It's a C major, right? It's a C, C, E, G. So it's a. So it's there's no much to say about it, but he plays the first is always C, like a tonic, C, C, C. So he establishes the tonation, the tonality, and then we have this dominant G. And then he has kind of a scale with a little bit of the F sharp, and then it has parallel tonality. So in a way, it's the release of tension goes also with the harmony, with the flow of music. Sometimes also you get to a little bit cheat in a way, like you do something to release the tension because it's difficult. I mean, not about cheating, like no, but you need to be always looking for those releasing of tension. That I'm stressing this all the time, because we can play like really tense, but not for long, and not when you are, let's say, in your 40s and 50s, and I don't know, it's gonna be in 60s. I'm not in the 60s now. I'm in the 50s, right? But I feel like I'm 22 anyway. So the question is always, how to work with this etude, and what's this all about. This etude is for martele. I said, about the martele on close to the frog, the best, but you can also, work on the martele in the middle of the bow, or you can work on the martele at the tip of the bow. So, in music, pieces, you find martele everywhere. And sometimes you have to play it here in the first third of the bow, in the middle, and at the tip. And what's also interesting, what Zahar Bron was saying, that this is the most difficult actually to play on the violin in the middle of the bow. And sometimes beginners, they start to play in the middle of the bow, but it's actually more easier. It's actually played at the tip or at the closer to the frog. And his explanation is, Zahar Bron's explanation is that when you play when in the middle of the bow, there's more action of the elbow and of the wrist, and it's kind of coordinating those two movements is a challenge. So I think I'm gonna finish now. So thank you for watching. If you like it, put it down a like and share this knowledge with others. And I'm doing this for you. I'm sharing my knowledge of playing these etudes for decades, and I'm happy to be able to pass it on. And maybe some people will like to do it. And of course, not everybody can do it. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of stamina. But if you know how to practice those etudes, and that's a plus, right? It's then if you know what to do with them, you'll not be bored. You will not be bored. Like, oh, I'm gonna play a piece, but working on a basic, really basic movements, basic techniques makes a huge difference in playing other pieces. I'm playing now every day, almost like 30-40 minutes, sometimes 1 hour of let's say of music that I didn't play before. And it's a challenge, but I would not be able to do it without Kreutzer. I would not be able to play so many new pieces, and it's all repertoire, let's say recent repertoire, or certainly new pieces, if I would not understand how the violin works, and how to make it, how to make it interesting, and how to make it happen. That will be actually, you cannot actually expect the greatest quality by playing every day a concert, but it's a way, like the quality is there. Of course, it could be better. I mean, I am aware of that, but it's just, there's a certain way of playing that I can kind of handle. So anyway, goodbye, take care, practice, and be well. Bye bye.